Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 88 of the Sim Racing Show. And this week, Assetto Corsa EVO has teased free roam again, but there's one big problem. We'll get into that. Fanatec has locked in the launch date for its new flagship Podium DD. I've already tested it. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. We've also got a potential huge Forza Horizon 6 leak. Drift fans finally get a release date, and there's more car culture chaos bubbling under the surface. Let's get into it. So we're starting the news that most sim racers were waiting for in 2025, and here it comes again in 2026. Assetto Corsa EVO. We're getting our first properties of the free roam mode, and just a reminder, this free roam mode is going to be set in Germany's Eifel region, which is the Nordschleife and the region around it. And in this teaser, EVO doesn't look like some kind of like dull prototype where everything's empty and dead. It actually looks fairly far along. You can see AI traffic, you can see the world feeling more alive, and there's even little details in there that make it feel like a real place. If you watch it closely, you probably spotted the cow. So they're trying to build that living environment vibe, not just a big empty map with a road on it. But here's the questionable bit, because the release window we've got is 2026. No month, no quarter, no early 26, no late 26, just 26, which in game dev terms could either mean like soon, or it could mean we'll see you in December. We're only in January right now. So the news is exciting, but it sounds like we might be waiting a while again before we can properly jump in and cruise the Alpha region. I said 1 year ago on this sim racing show, the exact same show a year ago, do not expect free roam in 2025. I now wonder if the reception to EVO was so mixed, aka really negative at launch, they actually delayed launching a super like bare bones free roam because they feared that would also get destroyed. So I feel like they're going to have to come with free roam more further along than it was previously, which is now what we're seeing. So let me know in the comments, when are you actually expecting the release of EVO free roam? And later in this sim racing show, I've got some even bigger sim racing free roam news. Now this week is also huge for Fanatec, because Fanatec have now locked in the date for their new flagship wheelbase, which is the Podium DD, launching on January the 15th. I flew out to Germany to test it. I flew out to Las Vegas to test it, and this is what I think. So it's a very, very, very smooth wheelbase, in my opinion, a very powerful wheelbase. It does feel like a newer generation wheelbase that is able to give you that torque, but also be exceptionally smooth. It's quite a good looking wheelbase. I like the gold accents on it. It maintains that Fanatec design direction. The question mark is going to be on the pricing and also console compatibility. The pricing is going to be critical because we have already, this is replacing the top of the line DD2 from Fanatec. That was, a really competitive wheelbase back in the day, but times have changed. You now have the SIMUCUBE 2 Pro, you have the SimMagic wheelbases, you've got the SimLab wheelbases coming out, you've got the Moza wheelbases, you've got Conspit wheelbases, you've got loads of powerful wheelbases on the market, VNM as well, VRS, loads of wheelbases, AccuForce, like everyone. So Fanatec coming up with the 25 Newton meter in itself is not that special. However, it does overshoot to 33 Newton meters. Interesting that they're not really marketing that at all. Maybe other brands would call it a 33 Newton meters, and it feels very smooth. So from my hands-on experiences, it's a very smooth wheelbase. So it's powerful, but it's also smooth, which seems to be the direction Fanatec are going in, similar direction with their Podium pedals. It's all going to be about the price here, and like I said, in that console compatibility. The Moza R25, which I'm going to come to later in this video, is $899. So it'll be interesting to see where Fanatec can come around that. Is it going to be less than $1,000? We will see. By the way, I also tested the new Fanatec Podium pedals in Las Vegas and their new screen, and they're also very interesting. By the way, on the screen, as you would expect from me, I straight in went there and said, hey, when are we going to get this technology in one of your wheels? Whether that's the Corsair Xenon Edge screen or whether that's the Elgato Stream Deck functionality. When are we going to get it in the screen? That's where we want to see it. And they said, that's a great idea. We're going to let you know. So if you want me to keep badgering Fanatec about adding screens to their wheels, make sure you share this video. Make sure you subscribe. Now we're going to get onto Forza. Huge stuff there and more. Before that, I want to say a big thank you actually to Moza for sponsoring this video. So big thanks to Moza for sponsoring this week's Sim Racing Show with that Moza R25 Ultra 2 torque. So that is the $899 25 Newton meter wheelbase from Moza. It comes with an additional sensor that there isn't in on the 21 Newton meters. It has that LFE and it has that incredible dynamic range. And now you can use it with the likes of the KS Pro, the CS Pro, and also that Porsche Mission R steering wheel from Moza. That is the first steering wheel in sim racing I'm aware of with a curved OLED screen. Absolutely insane. So big thank you Moza for sponsoring the Sim Racing Show. Go check out their deals in the link in the description. Now, there's a screenshot going around that supposedly popped up inside Forza Horizon 5, and if it's real, it basically gives us a release plan for the game. So the leak dates are this: May 19th, 2026 for the full launch, and May 15th for early access if you buy the premium version or the premium upgrade. It also claims 550 cars at launch, and the pre-order bonus is going to be a pre-tuned exclusive Ferrari J50. And it says if you go premium, you get that 4-day early access, which I've got to try and work out the maths there, VIP welcome pack, car pass, time attack car pack, Italian Passion car pack after launch, and 2 premium expansions. So if this is real, we've just had our first sighting at the new release plan for Forza Horizon. Now, I'm saying if it's real because I haven't had time to fully verify it yet, but it does look convincing. However, we are also in like an AI age now, so let's see. But we are in any event going to get our first proper look at Forza Horizon 6 gameplay very, very soon, because Xbox have got a developer direct on January 22nd, and Forza Horizon 6 is basically the headline act. So on that date, we should get actual gameplay, a proper deep dive into what's new, and Japan as well. We should get details on how they built the map, what the vibe is, what the roads are, what the city looks like, whether there's going to be tracks in there, what the new modes are. You know, is it going to have more sim racing elements now? Forza Motorsport seems to be kind of shuttered. We will see. Let me know in the comments, are you hyped for Forza Horizon 6 in Japan, or are you in the camp that actually Horizon is not really a sim racing, anywhere near sim racing? Let me know. Now, a quick one for the drift crowd, because Japanese Drift Master finally has a PS5 release date, and it's actually pretty soon. So Gaming Factory's drifting game is landing on February the 6th, and it's priced at $34.99. The pitch is exactly what you want from a game like this. You're buying cars, tuning them, and sliding around in a bunch of JDM icons, some officially licensed, some, let's say, inspired by reality, which is also always a bit of a spicy area. But here's the catch, and this is a big one for sim racers: we don't know whether it's going to support steering wheels at launch. It's not just a PlayStation problem. Xbox players are in the same boat, which is kind of insane when the whole point of this game is car control and drifting feel. So I'm interested, but I'm still a bit cautious, because if it ships with no wheel support, it's going to become a console-only drift game, and that's a very different game in my opinion. So unless you're using a controller with a wheel, which by the way, I basically did in Las Vegas, I pretty much specifically flew out almost to see this thing and try it, so I'll let you know, world exclusive coming on this channel. But are you going to buy Japanese Drift Master on February 6th? Or are you waiting for confirmation on wheel support? Now, the next update is one for the, not a sim, but it's more car culture, because the latest BMW M2 CS is officially making its video game debut in the Crew Motorfest, and is part of a BMW-focused playlist. So it's not just a one car either, they're bundling it with a couple of absolute icons. 72 BMW CSL 3.0, which is legendary. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got the BMW M Hybrid V8. So you're going from old school touring car to modern prototype madness. And then Season 9 is coming in March for Green Motorfest, and it's a big one. And I flew out to Le Mans a couple of months ago to speak with the developers here, and I tried it hands-on, and it's actually very, very, very good. You've got track creation tools, which is crazy because you can actually take iconic corners from iconic tracks like the corkscrew, like the carousel at the Nürburgring, and create tracks with them. And NASCAR is coming in March. So this means that it looks like motorsport, from my conversation with them, is expanding beyond the kind of like festival stuff into more motorsport stuff. And you know me, I don't really like the festival stuff. I like the motorsport stuff. That's why I went to go and see them, ask them the questions, and now it's been announced. So question for you again, are you actually playing the Crew Motorfest right now, or has it been completely off your radar? I think it's a very interesting game to keep an eye on. It's going to be a big year for those sort of games in 2026. EVO, Forza Horizon 6, and the Crew Motorfest. So if you enjoyed the Sim Racing Show, please subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.